Imagine your body has a hidden control panel. Oh, on that panel, there is a master switch for your male vitality. A switch that controls your strength, your focus, your drive, the very current of your masculine energy. When it's on, you feel sharp, purposeful, and alive. When it's off, a fog descends, motivation vanishes, and your physical strength seeps away like sand through your fingers. Now, imagine the 3 foods you've been told are the pinnacle of health. The ones you trustingly put in your grocery cart every single week contain chemical compounds that silently sneak up to that control panel and flip your master switch to the off position. My name is Dr. Eleanor Vance, and I am a urologist. I see the results of this switch being flipped every single day in my clinic. I see strong men who have built businesses and raised families, come to me feeling tired, weak, and confused. They're eating salads, but losing their strength. They're doing everything right, yet they feel like a shadow of their former selves. They don't realize that the enemy isn't just aging. It's hiding in plain sight in their vegetable crisper. Today, I'm going to expose these 3 saboteurs. I'm not just going to tell you which healthy vegetables are wrecking your testosterone. I'm going to detail precisely how they do it at a chemical level, dismantling the myths and arming you with the truth. We will then rebuild your nutritional fortress, brick by brick, with foods that don't just protect your masculine energy, but amplify it. Let's begin. Our first saboteur is a legume that parades as a health icon, celebrated in trendy cafes and health food stores. It is the soybean, which you are likely consuming as edamame, tofu, soy milk, or as a hidden ingredient in countless processed foods. Soy is loaded with compounds called isoflavones, specifically genistein and daidzein. These are not merely plant compounds, they are potent phytoestrogens. Think of them as hormonal imposters, master mimics of the female hormone estrogen. Your body is a finely tuned system of locks and keys. Your cells have specific receptor sites, the locks, that are designed for your own hormones. Testosterone has its key, and estrogen has its key. But the isoflavones from soy are like expertly crafted counterfeit keys for the estrogen lock. They are so structurally similar to estrogen that they can bind to these receptors throughout your body. For a man over 60, this is a hormonal catastrophe for 2 reasons. Firstly, as your testosterone naturally declines, your own estrogen to testosterone ratio already begins to shift unfavorably. Flooding your system with these estrogen mimics from soy is like pouring gasoline on that fire. It creates a cacophony of estrogenic static, confusing your body's hormonal signaling. Secondly, and more directly, these phytoestrogens can actively antagonize testosterone. They compete for pathways and can even downregulate the very enzymes your body needs to produce its own testosterone. You may think, I don't eat much tofu or edamame, but soy is the phantom ingredient of the modern food supply. Look at your food labels. Do you see soy lecithin? That's in your chocolate bar and your salad dressing. Do you see soy protein isolate or textured vegetable protein? That's in your protein bars, your meat substitutes, and even some baked goods. You are likely consuming far more of this hormonal disruptor than you realize. The swap is critical. Actively purge your pantry of these hidden soy products. Instead of edamame for a snack, choose a handful of walnuts or almonds, which provide healthy fats your body needs as a precursor for hormone production. Instead of soy milk, make the switch to unsweetened almond milk, or, if you tolerate dairy, high-quality, grass-fed whole milk, which contains beneficial fats. Our second saboteur is an herb so common, so seemingly innocent, you'd never suspect its dark side. It's in your evening tea, your chewing gum, your breath mints, your toothpaste. It is mint, specifically the popular varieties of spearmint and peppermint. While refreshing, mint wages a 2-front war on your testosterone. The first front is an attack on the command center. Your testosterone production begins with a signal from your pituitary gland in your brain. This signal, a molecule called luteinizing hormone, or LH, travels to your testicles with a single clear command: make testosterone. Research, particularly studies looking at its effect on hormonal imbalances, has shown that compounds in mint can suppress the release of LH. It effectively muffles the command. The signal from the general becomes a whisper, and the soldiers on the front line, your testes, respond with reduced production. The second front is where the real devastation occurs, especially for men over 60. Mint contains compounds that appear to significantly upregulate an enzyme called aromatase. You must think of aromatase as a traitorous thief that lives inside your body. Its sole job is to find your valuable, hard-working testosterone molecules, capture them, and chemically convert them into the female hormone, estrogen. A certain amount of this is normal, but this thief thrives in fat cells. So the more belly fat a man carries, the more aromatase thieves he has working against him. When you consume mint, it's like giving that entire army of thieves a potent stimulant, sending them into a frenzy of converting your precious masculinity into estrogen. That seemingly harmless, healthy cup of peppermint tea you drink each night to relax? You might as well be drinking a warm cup of hormonal self-sabotage, actively accelerating the feminization of your own body's chemistry. The swap is simple and powerful. For that relaxing evening ritual, switch to chamomile tea, renowned for its calming properties without hormonal harm. Or try ginger tea, a powerful anti-inflammatory that has actually been linked in some studies to supporting healthy testosterone levels. Our third vegetable is the crowned king of the health food world, which makes its inclusion so vital to understand. It is broccoli and its entire cruciferous family: kale, cauliflower, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, and bok choy. Let me be clear. These are nutrient-dense superfoods, but they contain a hidden danger for the aging male, especially when consumed incorrectly. That danger is a class of compounds called goitrogens. Goitrogens are chemical agents that wage war on your thyroid gland. Your thyroid, a small butterfly-shaped gland in your neck, is the master engine of your body's entire metabolism. To build its crucial hormones, primarily thyroxine or T4, it must absorb iodine from your blood. Goitrogens act as a chemical barrier. They physically interfere with your thyroid's ability to take up this essential iodine. Without enough iodine, your thyroid engine begins to sputter. Production of T4 slows down. But the problem gets worse. Your body then needs to convert that T4 into its active form, triiodothyronine, or T3, which is the hormone that actually tells your cells to produce energy. Goitrogens can also inhibit this critical T4 to T3 conversion, so you get a double hit: less production and less activation. This leads to hypothyroidism, a condition where your entire bodily metabolism grinds to a halt. You feel cold, you gain weight effortlessly, your thoughts become foggy, and you feel profoundly fatigued. What does this have to do with testosterone? Everything. Your hormonal system is an interconnected web. When your thyroid, the master engine, is in a low-power state, it sends a system-wide signal to conserve energy at all costs. Anabolic processes, like building muscle and producing testosterone, are energy expensive, so they are among the first things to be shut down. A sputtering thyroid directly leads to sputtering testosterone. The key words that turn this superfood into a saboteur are raw and excess. If you are a man over 60 and you're loading up a blender each morning with massive handfuls of raw kale and raw broccoli for a green smoothie, you are, in effect, drinking a potent goitrogenic cocktail that could be systematically strangling your thyroid and your testosterone production along with it. The solution, thankfully, is incredibly simple. Cook it. The heat from steaming, sautéing, roasting, or boiling deactivates the vast majority of these goitrogenic compounds by denaturing the enzyme, myrosinase, that activates them. So continue to eat these wonderful vegetables. Fill your plate with roasted broccoli and sautéed kale. Just don't make them the raw centerpiece of your diet in massive quantities. Now that we have identified and disarmed the saboteurs, we must rebuild the fortress. It's not enough to simply avoid the bad. You must aggressively pursue the good. Let us now install the 4 hormonal accelerants that will help you turn that master switch back to on. First is cholesterol and healthy fats. For decades, you've been wrongly taught to fear fat and cholesterol. This is perhaps the most damaging nutritional lie sold to men. Testosterone is a steroid hormone. And what is the primary building block for every single steroid hormone in your body? Cholesterol. It's that simple. You cannot build a brick house without bricks, and you cannot build testosterone without cholesterol. Your body needs it. The war should be on sugar and processed vegetable oils, not on healthy, natural fats. Actively bring whole eggs back into your diet and eat the yolk. That's where the cholesterol and all the nutrient cofactors are. Embrace avocados, liberally use extra virgin olive oil, and incorporate nuts and seeds. This is the raw fuel for your hormone factory. Second are the master minerals, zinc and magnesium. If cholesterol is the brick, think of zinc as the master bricklayer. It is directly involved in the enzymatic processes within the testes that synthesize testosterone. A deficiency in zinc guarantees a deficiency in testosterone. Oysters are the undisputed king of zinc, but you can also get it from red meat, pumpkin seeds, and lentils. Magnesium is the liberator. Much of the testosterone in your body is bound up and made inactive by a protein called sex hormone binding globulin, or SHBG. Think of SHBG as a hormonal jailer, keeping your testosterone locked up and useless. Magnesium has been shown to fight back against SHBG, effectively unlocking the jail cells and setting more of your testosterone free to do its job in the body. Dark leafy greens like spinach, cooked, of course, and almonds are fantastic sources. Third is the hormone vitamin, vitamin D. We call it a vitamin, but it functions inside the body more like a powerful steroid hormone. Its receptor sites are found throughout the male reproductive system, from the brain to the testes. Studies have shown a direct, powerful correlation between vitamin D levels and testosterone levels. Men with higher vitamin D simply have higher testosterone. Yet, deficiency is rampant, especially in older men who spend less time outdoors. The most potent source is direct sunlight on your skin. Aim for 15 to 20 minutes of midday sun exposure several times a week when possible. In the winter months, or for those in northern climates, supplementation may be essential, but always consult with your doctor to get your levels tested first. Fourth are the antioxidant powerhouses, specifically pomegranates and garlic. These foods work by fighting testosterone's mortal enemy, cortisol. Cortisol is your chronic stress hormone. When it is high, your testosterone is low. They exist on a biological seesaw. The potent antioxidants in pomegranate have been shown to lower cortisol levels, thereby allowing the testosterone side of the seesaw to rise. Garlic contains a compound called allicin, which not only lowers cortisol, but may also enhance the production of that all-important luteinizing hormone we spoke of earlier. The very signal that mint suppresses. The narrative that you must feel weak, frail, and foggy as you age is a lie. It is a myth perpetuated by a lack of knowledge. The power to feel strong, sharp, and full of masculine vitality is on your plate. By understanding the intricate chemical warfare happening inside your body, you can finally choose your allies wisely. Be a strategic general for your own health. Identify and reject the hormone mimics in soy, the testosterone thieves activated by mint, and the thyroid disruptors in excessive raw cruciferous vegetables. Instead, build your hormonal fortress with purpose, using healthy fats as your foundation, essential minerals as your mortar, and powerful antioxidants as your guards. As a final critical reminder, this information is intended to make you a more informed and empowered advocate for your own health. It is not a substitute for the personal, nuanced advice of your own physician. Please always consult with your doctor or qualified healthcare provider before making any significant changes to your diet or lifestyle, especially if you have pre-existing health conditions. You now have the knowledge. You can walk through that grocery store and pharmacy, not as a passive victim of clever marketing, but as a master of your own biology. This is not about anti-aging. It's about pro-vitality. Go forward and choose strength. Thank you for your time. Be well and be in control.